Welcome to I Have Issues, a comic book show where I talk about comic book related subjects that either piss me off or annoy me to some degree. Today we're going to be talking about something that bothers me a lot. We're talking about heroes in crisis. Okay, so this video is not going to be scripted like my other ones, because I honestly just want to rant about why I've never actually read this book. I haven't read Heroes in Crisis. I don't plan on reading Heroes in Crisis, and really that's just for one specific reason, in that I hate what it used to start its story and how it went about it. If you're unaware, and to be fair, this knowledge of mine only comes secondhand, Heroes in Crisis is a story where, if I'm remembering it right, the three big superheroes of DC, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, created a place called Sanctuary, a place for superheroes to go to and get some help. People who were suffering from things like PTSD or past drug problems or things like that, and just get the help they needed, because, you know, superheroing isn't an easy job. You see some fucked up things and you need help every now and then. You need someone professional to help you through it. And the inciting incident for Heroes in Crisis is that there is a mass shooting at this place, Sanctuary, killing a bunch of superheroes, and then it just becomes a murder mystery. It's trying to figure out who would be able to kill all of these superheroes, among them, one of them being the Flash. And really that's what bothers me. All these heroes are dead, and it's about the three trying to solve who did it, to my knowledge, along with Harley Quinn and Booster Gold are also a major part of the story. Harley mostly, I think, is mostly involved because her wife Poison Ivy died, and then Booster, I forget why Booster is a part of the story at all, to be perfectly honest. I haven't read it. But the reason I won't pick this story up, the reason it bothers me so much, is just the fact that they put a mass shooting into their story. Because here's the thing, when it comes to events like that, comics will sometimes use real life events in their books, and it usually only has a couple reasons why. Either they're trying to demonstrate how horrible this sort of thing is and send that message to people, maybe also show how superheroes react in that sort of situation, and then the worst of those options is that they're using it solely to get publicity for their book. You kind of saw that a couple years ago with the whole Nazi Captain America thing with Secret Empire. It was a big controversial thing that they could throw into their book to temporarily boost sales. Like, oh my god, Captain America's a Nazi? I need to go read this and find out what happened. And that is why it pisses me off here, because everyone knows mass shootings are bad. So we don't really need that message. So really, it reads a lot like Heroes in Crisis is only using this story and using that plot device, I guess, to sell their book. They're using this horrible real life thing that affects thousands or millions of people to boost their sales numbers. And that pisses me off so much. Okay? You don't do that. Not with something like this. Okay? You don't take something this tragic, this horrible, and shootings are kind of frequent at this point. So it's just something that fresh to people, and you do not put that in your book. I don't care if you're using it to sell your your fucking comics. You don't do that. There's I don't know how many other things you could have done. What had to break inside your mind that told you, oh, I got it, mass shooting at superhero therapy hospital? Fucking, that somehow it seemed like a good idea to them. And that it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's going to sell books. Yeah, it's going to get people talking. But you just don't. That's in such bad taste. And that's why I won't pick this comic up, because I refuse to read a book that would use something like that just to sell copies. Like, I can't. And that's my big issue with it. You don't do that. You don't. I would want to ask the writer at some point, if I ever had the chance, I would want to ask him, why in the world did you think this was a good idea? What possible purpose did having this happen in your story, what purpose does it serve? Other than to sell copies of your book, to get that big shock value of, oh my god, there's a mass shooting, all these superheroes I knew are dead. Other than that, what purpose does this serve? Because that's not a good enough reason. That is not a good enough reason to put this in your story. Okay? I would want to ask that. And I wouldn't want the answer. I'll say that right now. I would not want the answer, because I probably wouldn't like it. This, I guess, mini-series, I don't think it counts as an event. This series should not have been made, in my opinion. I don't care how good the writing is. I don't care how good the artwork is. I don't care how much you like it. If you're watching this and you tell me you like the story, I don't care. Okay? I don't. It should not have been made. They should not have used something like that to sell books. Ever. I don't give a shit how much time passes. I don't care how far back in the past it was. When it's something like that that's still affecting people, that's still something people are talking about and dealing with, you don't put that in your story. You don't. Like, stories don't exist to show every positive message and every good thing that happens in the world. I get you need to have dark things in your comic. I get dark things need to be in your story to get to a certain point, to show that good things can still happen once you go through the shit, and how you can still find hope in terrible, terrible situations. I get that. This was not the time for that book. It was not the right way to handle that story. Because if you want to include dark things in your book, it needs to serve a greater purpose than just what controversial thing can we include to make people want to buy it. You want to include dark stuff in your comics, fine, I don't care, I'm not going to stop you. Not this way. Just not this way. That's pretty much all I had. So I guess I'll stop rambling at this point. And that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have yourselves a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time.